Hi guys, this is Ashley back with a new reading, and this reading is going to be on a few artists that are on Rocnation management and how they feel about Rocnation right now, okay? So we're going to start with Normani, Tinashe, Rihanna, we're gonna talk about Rihanna. Then we're gonna go over to Meek. I already did Megan. And then we're gonna do J. Cole, okay? So we're gonna focus on those 5 for today. Before we get into the reading, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you follow my second page, Soul Tea Ash Miracle, okay? So let's start off with Normani. How does Normani feel about Rocnation? Normani, how does she feel about Rocnation? She kind of feels like she lost opportunities by being underneath them. It's almost an energy of, you know, my career has gone stagnant, okay? The Ace of Wands is here in reverse. This talks about when you just lose opportunities or opportunities don't come into fruition like you thought they would, okay? We also have the Fool card here in reverse. This talks about taking risk. So she felt like, you know, she was taking a risk by joining with them anyway because of, you know, the Beyonce comparisons. But it looks like she's very unsatisfied here, okay? The Four of Wands in reverse, it talks about unsuccessfulness. It talks about being unsatisfied, okay? And we also have, you know, the Queen of Wands here in reverse. This talks about losing your independence. She feels like she's losing her independence. Like she doesn't have, you know, she doesn't feel like she's making her own choices. You know, she's depending on, you know, her team, her label, RCA, and then, you know, Rocnation. Okay. So, you know, the King of Pentacles is here. This talks about somebody that's in control, a powerful figure, okay, calling all the shots, okay? She doesn't think too kindly of this person. So it looks like she feels like her career has gone a little bit stale, okay? She's not able to push forward. She's not being able to make the decisions that she wants to make, okay? We also have the Temperance card here. This talks about life choices. So she feels like, you know, she made a choice to go to Rocnation, but she feels like she regrets it, okay? It's almost like, you know, I should have taken a different direction. So that's how Normani feels. Let's see. Will she receive any success her next album? Will she receive any success her next album? Or the next record that she puts out, will it be successful? Yeah, she's not going to be too happy. The Nine of Cups, it talks about dissatisfied. She's going to be very dissatisfied. We got the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. It talks about the dark side of wealth. Okay. So this could be that she might take a loss financially. You know, the Seven of Wands, she's going to feel overwhelmed. In the Empress card, this talks about being codependent. So she's codependent on her label and her management team, but they're not going to really, you know, exceed her expectations, okay? You know, I feel like she could push through and get a single to like pop off like Motivation and just have it be long lasting. And I don't think Motivation was a long lasting single for Normani. I think she needs something that's going to stick. I think she can push through, but ultimately it looks like, you know, it's not going to be really successful for her, okay? It's going to be very short-lived, okay? She's going to feel very dissatisfied with, you know, the promotion, how people receiving it, if people are going to buy the record. But I feel like if she does the right promotion, if she's more active, I feel like, dropping singles and not take long breaks, I think that she could really pop off, okay? Because Chloe's not really doing anything. So she has, her moment is now. Do it now before Chloe comes back with a bikini picture or something like that and do a cover, okay? So I think her moment is now. But she's very unsatisfied. It doesn't look like they're going to really help her much. But I feel like she can pull through and get at least one single to pop off. Let's move on to, who else? Meek Mill. How does Meek Mill feel about Roc Nation? Meek Mill. How does Meek Mill feel about Roc Nation? Okay, so the Three of Pentacles, he feels like, it's a collaborative effort over there. He feels like a team at Roc Nation, okay? The Four of Cups is here. This talks about he had some opportunities that he would have never gotten if he hadn't been with Roc Nation. So the Four of Cups, this talks about when you get opportunities presented to you, okay? We also have, the King of Wands in reverse. This talks about, the business not being all good, okay? So the business side of things are not handled efficiently like he wants them to, okay? We also have the Knight of Swords. This talks about when someone's kind of impulsive, okay? So he kind of feels like, his success has come and gone at Roc Nation. Okay, he was at the height in 2018, 2019, and he's starting to see a shift. Okay, he's not happy about that. Okay, we also have, the World card. This talks about life cycles. This talks about, having your moment. That's what he's talking about. He feels like his moment was in 2018, 2019. He's not having that moment anymore. Okay, so he feels very unsatisfied with the business side of things, okay? That's probably why also him and Rick Ross aren't cool, because he feels like, the business side of things are not good. When, I was getting these deals, when, I was in that movie, I had that song with Drake, everything was good, but now everything's kind of stalemate, I think the issue with the management is like it's not consistent. It's like one moment you'll be really hot and then the next moment you won't, okay? So let's see. Will Meek Mill leave Roc Nation in the future? I want to see that. Will Meek Mill leave Roc Nation in the future? I feel like he's going to try to stay there as long as he can, okay? Because of the connections. The King of Pentacles, this talks about somebody in leadership, somebody in business. This talks about money. So it's almost like because of the connections he got at Roc Nation, he's going to try to stay there as long as possible, okay? The Four of Wands, he wants to have success there. He wants to move forward, okay? He wants to have longevity. So he's going to try to stay there as long as he can. The Eight of Pentacles, this talks about determination. So he's determined to kind of, be next to Camel Face, get those connections, be in those rooms with people that he would probably never be in rooms with, okay? Because of... Camel Face. So with that being said, and he's going to try to ride it out till the wheels fall off until he's not really making no money anymore. So when it's no longer beneficial for him, that's when he's going to go to a different direction. But he's going to try to hold on as long as possible, okay? Because he's made a lot of good connections there. He's met a lot of people, a lot of billionaires that he probably would have never met if, you know, he didn't know Camel Face or was on Roc Nation. Okay, so let's move on to, who else did I say? Tinashe. Yeah, let's see what's going on with Tinashe. How does Tinashe feel about Roc Nation? Tinashe. How does she feel about Roc Nation? Okay, so we have, you know, the Ten of Cups here in reverse. This talks about struggling. So she feels like her career is struggling right now. Okay, that's how she really feels. This talks about struggling relationships, not being able to move forward. Okay, the Ten of Wands is here. It feels like it's a burden to be on Roc Nation. Okay, the Ten of Wands. It talks about burdens. We also have the Eight of Swords here. This talks about kind of feeling like the victim. Like, why am I always in this predicament? Okay. The Eight of Swords. This talks about having negative thoughts also. This talks about, like, why haven't I popped off? Because I hear a lot of people, like when Tinashe drops, I see on Twitter, a lot of people say, oh, why isn't Tinashe big? She's been in game for a long time. How come she never popped off? She sees that, okay? So that all plays into her mind, okay? The Eight of Swords, this talks about, you know, trying to release negative thoughts, feeling like you're between a rock and a hard place. She feels like the victim, like, you know, why do I always end up in a situation like this? Because she just got onto Roc Nation, like what, 2019, 2020 is when she got on Roc Nation. So they're new. The Six of Pentacles. This talks about gossip. This talks about sharing information. So she sees what people say on social media, okay? She may not respond, but she always sees, and she doesn't like how people always say, oh, Tinashe's underrated. How come she never popped off? Like, that all feeds into her mind, okay? And then the Two of Wands, this talks about stalemate, okay? Not being able to move forward. Okay, so far, these three people, they are not happy, okay? I want to see if she's going to leave Roc Nation. Will Tinashe end up leaving Roc Nation? Tinashe, will she end up leaving Roc Nation in the future? Tinashe, will she end up leaving Roc Nation? Yeah, she's going to try to, I can see her trying to leave, okay? She's going to try to achieve some success at Roc Nation. The Ten of Pentacles, this talks about trying to achieve wealth, success. So she's going to try to achieve some sort of wealth and success at Roc Nation. But ultimately, she's going to try to leave because the Five of Swords is here. This talks about past resentment, trying to move forward, forgiveness, after you feel like you've been betrayed. Okay, so she's going to try to move forward. And also the King of Swords, this talks about somebody of power, an authority figure, making it difficult for her to leave. Okay, so somebody's going to try to make it hard for her to leave. We also have the Nine of Cups. She's going to try to find, you know, happiness there. She's going to try to, you know, put on a brave face and try to stick it out, okay? Same thing with Meek. They're going to try to stick it out until, you know, it's no longer valuable for them, okay? But ultimately, it looks like she's definitely going to leave because she's going to develop past resentment towards Roc Nation. Like, you didn't help me enough, okay? And then she's going to try to move on, okay? But somebody's going to try to make it difficult for her to leave. Okay, the King of Swords, that talks about somebody of an authority figure trying to make it difficult for her to leave. Okay. Now, we all heard Kanye and what he says, you know, they be having slave contracts over there, so they got to be careful. Let's see who else. Okay, so let's go to Rihanna. How does Rihanna feel about Roc Nation? Because she's under their management. She also has a deal with them. She has her own label, but you know, they put up the money for her. Okay, so how does Rihanna feel about Roc Nation? How does Rihanna feel about Roc Nation? Yeah, she's very unhappy there. Okay. So the Ten of Cups, she feels like, you know, it was prosperous for her to be there at one moment in time. Okay, this talks about when you build up a foundation, she was able to capitalize at Roc Nation. You know, she has what, 14 number ones or 18 number ones. But we have the Nine of Cups. Right now, she's feeling very dissatisfied with everything. Then we have the King of Swords in reverse. This the same person is going to make it hard for her to leave. The King of Swords. This talks about somebody of power trying to make it hard for her to leave. We probably know who that is, okay? The Ten of Wands. This talks about having a lot of burdens. You know, having a lot of negativity. So she feels like it's not a good work environment. There's a lot of burdens, negativity. She wants to leave, but somebody's going to try to make it hard for her to leave because, you know, they make a lot of money off of Rihanna there. Okay. Even though she hasn't put out music, her songs still, you know, are streamable. You know, she also has 18 number one. She got that Fenty line and all these different Fenty ventures, which she doesn't own 100% of that either. So she doesn't own 100%. She doesn't own 50%. So, you know, I was told that somebody at Roc Nation is invested in that, okay? Now, I'm pretty sure you guys know who that is. So let's move on to J. Cole. How does J. Cole feel about Roc Nation? J. Cole, how does he feel about Roc Nation? Okay. So we got the Seven of Swords. This talks about somebody being sneaky, calculated, you know, deceitful. So J. Cole's going to find his way out of Roc Nation. If there's anybody who's going to successfully get out, is J. Cole. He's being very strategic, okay? This talks about when you move strategically, okay? We also have the Hangman. He feels like they don't really help him. They don't really push him. I don't know, but I didn't really see them really promoting him like that. Maybe it was on Tidal because I don't have Tidal at the moment. But I didn't see anybody really at Roc Nation promoting him like that. I saw them promoting Nicki more than they promoted J. Cole. They must not really like him like that. We also have the Knight of Wands. This talks about somebody that is viewed as evil or mean, okay? This talks about somebody that's kind of impulsive. So he feels like somebody at Roc Nation is not like a nice person, very impulsive. The Six of Cups feels like they're not really helping him like that. He's not able to really move forward, okay? He feels like, you know, I'm not really getting the promotion that I need, okay? He still sells. And like I said in the J. Cole reading, I felt like people were going to receive his music very well, and they did. They did receive it very well, okay? The songs didn't really stick, and I saw it in the cards when I did the J. Cole reading. The songs didn't really stick. They, you know, they did fall off, but it was received very well, and I saw that it was going to be received very well. But, you know, he's going to try to get out. He's definitely getting out. He's working strategically, okay? He's very smart. Don't let, you know, the bumminess, you know, how he dressed with, you know, doesn't look like he really showers like that. Don't let that fool you, because he's working strategically. Okay, who else? Let me see what's going to happen with Mariah, and then I'm done because it's over 20 minutes. Let's see. How does Mariah feel about Roc Nation right now? Now that she's no longer on Roc Nation. How does Mariah feel about Roc Nation right now? Yeah. The Queen of Swords, she's pissed. The Queen of Swords, this talks about somebody that is very upset, cold-hearted, okay? Unkind. That's how she's acting towards them, okay? The Judgment card is here. This talks about somebody that is feels like people are judging her, being very critical. That's how she feels Roc Nation was. You know, very critical of her because she's not selling like that. Like I told you about, you know, the meeting, they said, you know, you really don't sell like that. Why would we push you? You know, so she feels like that was wrong of them. You know, they were judging her. They were being critical of her. The King of Cups is here. This talks about when you deal with somebody and you have a personal relationship with them, and it's kind of passionate at first, charming, and then it gets very impulsive and haste towards the end. That is definitely her and Camel Face. Like I said before, they definitely, I was told that they messed around in the past. The King of Cups, that talks about somebody that's very charming. That's probably how he got her over to Roc Nation. You know, used his charm, okay? But it looks like she's very upset, okay? And the Knight of Pentacles is here in reverse. This talks about somebody that's kind of calculated, does things underhanded, very, I would say sneaky, okay? But also somebody that's a business person, a person in leadership, okay? So it looks like she's very upset at the moment. The Queen of Swords, that's an energy of cold-heartedness, mean-spiritedness, okay? And then the King of Cups, that talks about when you have a personal relationship with somebody, and in the beginning it's filled with passion, you know, charmness, and then eventually it gets like haste and impulsive. So right now she's not too happy. So hopefully she finds her way. Mariah Carey's a legend. She doesn't really need to be under a management like Roc Nation or a label. She doesn't need that. She's a legend. She can do her own thing. Anyway, if you like this reading, like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you turn on post notifications. This reading was strictly for entertainment purposes only, and I hope you have a great day.